Aloha, everyone. Back again with another Last of Us Part 1 remake, remaster, whichever you want to call it. This is probably going to be the last video that I make on this game for a while until I see a little more of it with some gameplay and stuff. So, because my initial video that came out about it has been a little controversial, and as small of a channel as I have, there's not that many comments on it. But there's some people supporting this remake slash remaster, and some that definitely agree with me that it's a blatant cash grab from Sony. And I've got a few more details that's been thrown in, and some people have made some very constructive comments on the original video that have really helped me understand why that this game is being quote unquote remade. And by the way, if you hear like the humming of a fan in the background, it is very, very hot here in the southern U.S. And so I'm having to stay cool and sort of try to help my air conditioner out a little bit and save some dollars in this inflation era. And actually, we're going to be talking about inflation a little bit today, since that was a hot topic in some of the comments as well. So, not going to get too heated in this because I'm already hot as it is due to the weather. And so, let's just jump right in here. I have something that will help you all and hopefully me understand this game a little bit better. I brought up a video from IGN of all places that is showing the Last of Us Part 1 remake, and even they have it in even they have this here. They should have just put it in air quotes, but the remake versus remastered here. And so let's look at some of these clips right here. I've had several people telling me that this is not a remaster, that it's not a shot for shot remaster. So look at this shit and you tell me that it isn't. This is a shot-for-shot remaster for not only the PlayStation 5, but for PC, as I've found out. And someone was saying, yeah, well, it's $70 because they're throwing in the DLC in there too. They also did that for the remaster, I found out too. So that's the original remaster for PS4. So what all are we getting for our $70? That extra $10 that's going to be thrown in. And then if you apply tax to that, there's going to be even more thrown in on top of that. So it looks as if we're going to be getting, and I'm just going to stop it there. That's pretty much the end of it. As you can see, it's a shot-for-shot remaster. But as far as the $70 is concerned, there were people that raised that number to me and told me that it was all due to inflation and that's what we needed to expect. And I want to try to quantify some stuff for you all. And if you disagree with me, tell me. Before I talk about inflation for just a second, I want you all to know that I am willing to entertain any comment on these videos, anything, as long as it contributes to a positive discussion. Whether that be commentary on my take on the video or the subject at hand that I'm talking about. Like I said, this is a small channel. This is not the grand emporium to where you would go in and have this forum to discuss things. This is a tiny YouTube channel, and it is growing. And thank you for those of you that have subscribed to this channel. I can't wait to be doing more videos on video games and video game news. So just stay tuned. I'm actually going to put a photo on there instead of that stupid pink P up there, and but maybe the pink P is cool. We might leave that. But I want to thank you all really quick for subscribing to the channel and commenting too. Even if it's a negative comment, I like that. But just make sure that it is constructive criticism to this. Don't be a troll and comment. And I could bring up the last video. I've commented properly back to some people. If you're going to give me something like that, I'm going to give it back to you. But if it's nothing but a troll and just insults thrown at me, you can talk about my southern accent, you can talk about what skin color you think I am, or that I'm a bigot or anything like that. If it's throwing insults at me like that, sorry, you're going to be banned from the channel. And I've not banned anybody yet. And I don't like pressing that button. I don't like being the Caesar and throwing my thumb up or my thumb down like that. I don't like being in control of things like that. I want you to have freedom of speech on here. I want you to be able to say what you want. But if you are attacking me personally and throwing insults at me, fuck you. You're out of here. Sorry. It's not going to work on this channel. So try again, okay? Now, for those of you that are interested in this and have been following The Last of Us remake, I'm just going to start calling it the remake since we're all accepting of that, right? For those in the comment section earlier that's going to be the new standard, and my question to that is when did this become the standard? Who decided that $70 is the fair price for a video game? Who decides that for a AAA video game? Why not $100? Why not $120? Who decided that $10 extra was worth that? And on top of that, in an era where we have endless microtransactions in these games, DLC that comes out that you have to pay for, we are essentially not getting a completed game. We are getting a game that is incomplete, and we are making payments to them over time that add up to sometimes over $100. Could be hundreds of dollars. And if the content is great, and I'll give you an example here, The Witcher 3, I would have paid money for either one of those DLC expansions. The Hearts of Stone or the Blood and Wine. Either one of those expansions, those could have been games in and of themselves. They were full-fledged games in and of themselves. But no, they didn't charge anything. Because that was the CD Projekt Red that actually cared about its customers. You know, not the one now that we have that made Cyberpunk, but you know that's for a different video. I don't want to get off into that, and I've triggered enough people already. You know, I don't want to start with an entire other fan base that's going to be coming after me for that. But guys, this is a cash grab, and the PC part of it that I was going to talk about. You know, this game is going to come to PC, and I can understand now why they're doing this and making these flashier graphics and stuff, because it's going to be more appealing to have for people that's not played the game yet and they're wanting to get it on PC and they don't want to play this older version right here. And I understand that. But just fucking tell us that. You know, come out and tell us that. Be honest with your customers. Remember this, guys. I am a huge fan of this game. God forbid that I criticize something here. You know, I'm not a fucking Sony acolyte. I'm not going to be towing their party line, and I'm going to question every single thing that these developers do, including Nintendo and Microsoft as well. I'm questioning everything that they do, and you should too. If you become a critical thinker and you get outside the box and you actually get quote-unquote woke, if you actually wake the fuck up and start questioning things, you're going to start thinking as to, why am I paying $70 for a game that is a remaster? That has shown me nothing new. What? Some new gameplay like quality of life improvements? That's worth $70 to you? If it is, buy it. Buy it. But don't try to convince me to buy it when my point has not been taken down yet. You have not given me a valid reason to pay $70 for this shit. Because we're at an impasse if those reasons that I've just cited to you are good enough for you to pay $70, we're at an impasse because I disagree with you on that. That just has to do with our moral compass in which to pay for games. I am all about. I had a comment from someone. I'm not going to mention their name because like I said, I do not want anyone to attack someone or to be spamming their comment or anything like that. You know, like that. Everybody's comment is equal on this channel. But one comment in particular is not equal. It is better than your comment because I've pinned it to the previous video. And because I was pointing out that this person did make some valid criticisms to my initial video on this. And I'm happy that they did that. But I was equally willing to refute the things that they were saying when it came to inflation and trying to justify the $70 for this game being a remaster, because they're all in on it being a remake. And I give you the example that Resident Evil 4, the newest Resident Evil 4, is a remake. They showed me a trailer that I believe is under 2 minutes long that proves that it is a remake from the ground up. It is not only going to look differently, but it is not going to just play differently, but it is going to have pure changes, fundamental changes to not only the story, but to the characters. And it could have an altogether different ending to it. We don't know that yet. I don't want to speculate on that. But this game is going to be the exact same The Last of Us that you played on the PlayStation 3 in 2013. That was later remastered for PlayStation 4 and is now being once again remastered for PlayStation 5 and PC with the asking price of $70. And if you want the Firefly Edition, someone commented earlier that it's going for $400 on eBay right now. Go buy that shit if you're that big of a fan of this. Go buy that shit. I'm not. I will eventually play this game on PlayStation 5 when I get one. You know, that's the another topic I'm going to discuss later on in another video is about scalpers. I'm not going to pay $70 for this. And you're not going to convince me to pay $70 for it. Unless you show me something, you can show me a video somewhere that this is going to expand this game. And I'm not talking about DLC. I'm not talking about them including the DLC. I've already had it. I've already played that. I played it on PlayStation 3. And I paid for it. You know, so it's not convinced me yet. Someone mentioned to me, you know, about my previous video that I should actually play The Last of Us 2, and I think they're correct. I might even do a Let's Play on this channel, and to see if my criticisms about the game are invalidated by playing it. I highly doubt that, but I am open to that. You know, I was called close-minded, and you know, and I am of the opinion, and I'm definitely old enough, that I am who I am. And I'm not going to like things that I don't like. And the comparison that I gave to this person was, hey, you know, if I'm going car shopping and I'm looking for a red Tesla, a ludicrous edition, because I want not only a green car, because everything in the world has to be eco-friendly now, regardless of the lithium mining that they do, but that's another topic in and of itself. If I want a Tesla, but then you're the car salesman and you're trying to guilt me for not getting the gray Prius that goes slow just because that doesn't fit my lifestyle. That is the same fucking thing when I tell you that if I don't want to buy or play The Last of Us 2, I don't have to fucking buy it. I don't have to play it. I can still have an opinion on the game because I have seen more than 3 playthroughs of the game from start to finish. I've seen it. Now, will that having that controller in my hand change my mind? You know, as to the game, perhaps it will. Yeah, maybe that will open me up to something different. But as far as the characters that have been offered, the story, the narrative, the plot, everything has been put out there. And what happens to my favorite character of the series, I am not pleased. I am not happy. And that's why I didn't buy it. And that perhaps is closed-minded. But when you make a narrative decision like that, and just like in The Last Jedi to sideline Luke Skywalker, you know, I'm not going to pay for that. And it's like I said in that comment, I like what I like and I don't like what I don't like. It's as simple as that. So this, like I said, this is the last video that I'm going to make on The Last of Us Part 1. And just look at this shit, guys. I mean, like, that's so funny. Like at the bottom, they put a they put this rebuilt from the ground up for PlayStation 5 on both of these, and this actually looks a little bit aged at the bottom. But it's just, I just do not see how anyone can defend this. I don't. And I love this game. I can't say that enough. I really love this game. And how weird is it that Joel's hair actually looks better down here? And one last point that I want to make about this too, and that perhaps some of you will agree with that. And look at this shit. Hang on just a second. I've just spotted something. Hang on a minute. I was going to say that my last point to this is that I believe that this game would and could run on PlayStation 4. And I believe that it can. And looking at this remastered version, does this not look better than that? We've got more leaves back here, but that was just added. Look at the detail right here. Look at that. This here, to me, looks better than this up here. His face looks a little more realistic, less uncanny valley. But as far as detail and crispness there, look at that image versus that. So let's see if anyone else wants to come at me about this, about it not being a blatant cash grab on here. Guys, I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much again for subscribing to this channel. Tell me what you want me to cover. You know, if there's topics with video games that you want me to talk about, a certain video game that you have seen or heard about from the Xbox showcase or the PlayStation event that they had, or even Nintendo. You know, I'm a big Nintendo fan, have been my entire life. So I would love to cover some of this stuff. So give me some suggestions down below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you once again for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Yada dee da da da.